Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TotemCast. Today we're going to be talking about legendary weapons and just fixing them for the level bracket of level 30. A lot of legendaries are available, and I just wish that some of them were better than what they are. Some of them could be a little more balanced, but that's what we're going to talk about. The first one we're going to talk about is Sulfurous Hand of Ragnaros. The way you get this is from killing Ragnaros and the Molten Core. He drops something called the Eye of Sulfurous. You have to mix it with, I believe the weapon is actually called Sulfurous. I don't remember, because anytime I ever get this off the auction house or get my friend to make it, I just immediately fuse it. But you create a nice, really iconic weapon called Sulfurous Hand of Ragnaros. It's really good, it has really decent weapon damage. However, the stats suck. The proc effect, it sucks. I wish it could do better. It gives you 6 strength, which for a legendary, I'd like it if it could at least give you 20. Just give it at least 20 strength. I think it'd be a lot better. The chance on hit, it'll hurl a fireball that causes 44 fire damage with an additional 11 damage over 10 seconds with a 1 damage proc to anybody who does a melee attack to you, which is cool because that can kind of work with like a trinket that does the same thing. I think there's a ring and like a belt that do the same thing. Sulfurous is very iconic. Not as iconic as the next one. And the next one is going to be Thunder Fury Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. This is actually a really good legendary for level 30. It's very... The stats are kind of low on it, but it's like this in a lot of different situations. Which is good, because I have Thunder Fury on quite a bit of characters. 3 agility, pretty low, especially for one-hander. If you could raise it up to like maybe 8 or 10, I think it'd be a lot better. Maybe it doesn't need to be so good because it's already a good weapon. But it blasts your enemy with lightning, dealing 46 nature damage, and then jumping up to an additional nearby enemy. Each jump reduces the victim's nature resistance by 4, which I don't think resistance is really good at 30. It doesn't really matter. But it does affect 5 targets. Your primary target is also consumed by a cyclone, slowing its attack speed by 20% for 12 seconds. Great. This is a good weapon. I just think it needs to be a little bit stronger, personally. 8.5 of damage per second, not bad for attack speed. 2.6 on the speed. It's not bad. It's not bad. Next one is actually removed from the game. You can no longer get. It is Atiesh, Great Staff of the Guardian. This is a cool ass weapon. I don't have it. I don't know anybody who does have it. Unfortunately. 74 main stat for intellect. Pretty good. Pretty good. Secondary stats are pretty good. It is class specific. The only one I'm looking at right now is for mage. Increases spell critical strike for all party members within 30 yards by 6. Not a whole lot, but just having the staff in general is good enough to buff everybody, even just slightly. That's pretty good. Plus you can create a portal teleporting the group to Karazhan on a 1-minute cooldown. That is awesome. I wish we had this because spellcasters at level 30 don't really get a legendary. So Atiesh would be fantastic. It's just, I wish they would put it back in the game, damn it. There's some other legendaries that you can actually get in vanilla as well. There's one called Andon Isus, Reaper of Souls. Is not really available. I don't know why I said that. It was a conjured weapon though. Increased strength and agility by 164. That would have been Biss. Nothing else would have came close to that. That would have been the ultimate weapon to have at level 30. It's just good. It only lasted for 5 minutes though. So, I mean, take what you want from that. That's still really good. The other one was Talisman of the Binding Shard. I believe you got that from Molten Core. It was just a legendary neck piece, not really a weapon. But it gave you like some minor stats. It's really all about it. And then the final one, it's not really a legendary weapon either, but it was the Black Karaji Resonating Crystal. It's like the only legendary mount in the game, so I wish we could get that back again. So going to Burning Crusade, we had 2 official legendaries. That was the Warglaive of Azzinoth. It's not the ultimate weapon, but it is pretty decent if you get both of them. 8.8 damage per second, 2.6 attack speed. You could use it on Warrior, Rogue, Death Knight, Monk, and Demon Hunter. However, I don't think it would ever be good for Death Knight or Warrior, considering it doesn't have any strength, but Rogue, Monk, and Demon Hunter works well. I have it on Lucario. I would recommend this if you haven't farmed it already. It's not BIS, but I mean, hey, it's really good. If you do any BC content, it would probably be BIS, just because you increase your attack power by 40 when you fight demons. It also gives you a haste proc for 10 seconds on a 45-second cooldown, which isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. The next one, Warglaives, well, back to the Warglaives, they should definitely, like, make that a little stronger. I forgot that I was gonna bring that up, but it only gives you 7 agility. If you could just raise that to, like, maybe 10 or 11, I think that'd be great. I don't know, like, just a little bit additional main stat wouldn't hurt, but, you know, it's just my opinion. The next one is Thoradel, the Star's Fury. This is probably the most common legendary I've seen because it drops all the time for the wrong classes. This is dropped for all of my classes outside of my Hunter. It is a Hunter bow. It used to be iconic because back in the day when you used ammunition and whatnot, this bow actually did not use ammunition, so it would just generate magical arrows, which made it really cool. However, it's not super useful now. The stats are a little lackluster. It only gives you 14 agility. It's pretty good, decent secondary stats. 20 crit, 21 haste. If you could just raise the main stat to like 20, I think, I'm saying 20 a lot, but I feel like 20 is like a good round number for legendaries. But just raise it up to like 20, just make it a little bit better. There are like 2 other guns that are just better than this one. And as a legendary, I feel like it needs to be better than the guns. That's all I'm going to say. And of course, the other legendaries you can get at the bracket are the ones that spawn from Kel'Thas. They're not super powerful. They're all pretty weak. They're all item level 35, so they don't skill accordingly. And they're only good for his fight, so like I don't think they're really worth like mentioning. We're gonna go to Wrath of the Lich King, and we're gonna talk about the absolute best legendaries available for the bracket, which is just funny because the other ones aren't bad completely, but when it comes to the Wrath legendaries, it's like night and day on the difference of it. First one is going to be Valnir, Hammer of the Ancient Kings. This is the legendary I have the most of. I have this on almost every one of my characters outside of one. This is your absolute, in my opinion, this is the absolute best legendary all around. If you play a druid and you have Ysera's Gift as a talent or whatever, it'll proc just from you just being AFK. Like, it's crazy good how this is. It only gives you like 47 intellect main stat, a decent little 10-10 haste and crit secondaries. It can be used by Paladin, Priest, Shaman, Monk, Druid, and Invoker. It is cranked on Invoker, it is cranked on Druid. Not so much on Monk, but I do use it on my Monk no matter what. Priest, I'd imagine it's good. I don't play a healing Priest too often. I play Disc on my 30, but I don't really play him as often as I should. Paladin, have a Holy Paladin. I just don't quite have it yet, so I couldn't really give you an honest opinion. Shaman, I think I have it on my Shaman, but I don't really play Shaman, so I don't know. Your healing spells have a chance to cause Blessing of the Ancient King for 15 seconds, allowing your heals to shield the target, absorbing damage equal to 15% of the amount healed. Which is crazy, and that is why it is so good. It has a 10% proc chance on a 45-second cooldown. That is insane. And I'm going to tell you why. We heal so much at level 30. We can heal, one spell can heal your entire health bar. And this is kind of how I feel like healing should be at max level as well. And it's one reason why healing is so fun at 30. It's easy to keep people alive, but you can still make mistakes, right? Max level, I'll sit there and cast my big, long casting heal. I get like 10% health back, and I'm like, this sucks. I don't like that. I know a lot of people are going to tell me, like, oh, what's the balance or whatever. Who cares? Valnir was awesome. I love using Valnir. The shielding is nice. I can actually, at level 30, with the way scaling is, my healing could actually heal like a max level, like 5 times what their health is. It's crazily good. So during the anniversary event, Blizzard was letting us do like Blackrock Depths as a raid, and I would take my Monk Lucario in there, and I would heal with this weapon. It was so crazy how much stronger of a healer I was compared to everybody else, even people in Mythic gear. You just could not compete with a Monk. It was crazy. And that's just my Monk. Monks aren't even the best healer at 30. Like, if I would have been on my Druid or my Evoker, it would have been crazy better. It's just good legendary. I'm biased with this one. I do think maybe it does need like a little bit of a nerf or maybe a little bit more main stat. I don't really know. I feel like this is just too good of a legendary. I don't really know how to even fix it. But I'm not really going to complain about it because I think it's great. I just wish the other legendaries could be caught up to this. And of course, the final legendary, probably the hardest one to obtain. Definitely the hardest one to obtain. I don't know if EU can even get this one unless they have somebody who just knows how to jimp the system. But on NA, we have one guy that knows how to do this, and that is Shadow Morn. Shadow Morn has 18 base strength, 18 stamina, 9 crit, 9 haste, pretty decent, 13 weapon damage per second, not bad. 3 sockets with a 2 socket strength bonus. That's great. It can only be used by Warrior, Paladin, Death Knight. The proc effect of it is your melee attacks have a chance to drain a soul fragment, granting you 3 strength. That's pretty good. When you have acquired 10 soul fragments, you will unleash Chaos Bane, dealing 54 shadow damage split between all enemies within 15 yards and granting you 30 strength for 10 seconds. It's really good. But what's really, really good about it is it's guaranteed. Like, there's no like, oh, maybe I'll get the proc or maybe I'll get the soul fragment. No, it is guaranteed. You get in combat, this thing is going to just build up your strength. You're going to Hulk out until you unleash everything, and then you're just going to Hulk out again. It is great. I love Shadow Morn. Shadow Morn is awesome. I have it on 2 of my characters. I have it on my Warrior, and I have it on my Death Knight. I still need to get it for the Paladin, and I'll be fully done with it. The Paladin, I don't really play Ret. I play Holy Pally, so Shadow Morn's kind of like a wasted... Well, it will be a wasted thing. Death Knight, I have it on my Death Knight. It is the Death Knight weapon. In my opinion, it's the only thing that really makes Death Knight good. Death Knight's not great at 30, but like Shadow Morn, you just feel like a boss when you have it. It feels fitting. The visual effects too. I love the visual effects. I never knew about the visual effects until I got Shadow Morn. Because I never had it before. I never bothered. But once I got it on my 30, I was just like, yo, this is crank. This is cool. To make this one better, maybe just give it 20 strength. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much gets 20 strength on its own once you get the socket bonus. I don't really know if this one truly needs to be fixed or in any way, in all honesty. I mean, I would love it if, like, Sulfuris was good enough to rival this, of course. I mean, I know people are going to be like, well, the later expansion should always have a stronger legendary than the previous one. Yeah, I get that, but at level 30, it all scales the exact same. Mostly. I just think the weapons should be scaled to be evened out. That's just what I'm getting at here. It's just my opinion on this, of course. It's not a super long video. It's just, this is just my thoughts on it. I really love the legendaries. So far we have like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 available. 7 if we could have got Atiesh, or, you know, even 8 if we could get the Reaper of Souls one to not be a conjured item, but that one, oh my god, if that one would have been an actual weapon we can get, there's just nothing comes close to it. It's just too good. But, you know, hey, let me know what you think. If you have a rivaled opinion about it, just let me know. But that will be this week's episode of TotemCast. Not super long, I just wanted to kind of discuss this, maybe raise awareness for it. I love the legendaries, I love the fact that we can use them. So, yeah. And I will see everyone in the next one. Bye.